Baby boomers want to tell you a story. Baby boomers may have a technology challenge.
And communication is the key, right?
And my God, you put the bank statement program together, A&D Mortgage is positioned for the baby boomer. We now have the up-and-coming conventional lending, the FHA, could be Social Security, could be pension. You're going to need to be good listeners.
So good listener, happy borrower. Welcome to A&G Digest, the go-to source for insights and tips in the mortgage industry. I'm your host, Nikita Vernidoub, and today we have a very special guest with us, Mark Glaser, the wholesale team manager with a wealth of expertise in the lending process. Our topic today is incredibly timely: how mortgage brokers can work better with baby boomers in the lending process. As the baby boomers generation approaches retirement or looks into downsizing, their needs in the mortgage market become unique and specific. Mark is here to share his expertise on how brokers can navigate these waters effectively. Stay tuned as we dive into strategies, common pitfalls, and Mark's personal expertise in making mortgage process smoother for baby boomers. Plus, stay tuned for a special announcement from Eli Carty and Robbie Christman about our upcoming webinar on advising different generations. Mark, good afternoon and welcome back to the studio. It's been a while actually since I saw you here. I guess you saw the changes, right?
Yeah, it's great. We now have chairs and the couch is gone, but chairs is a closer environment.
Now it's like more personal interview, so...
Absolutely.
I'm super excited since our topic today is, I believe it's one of the most important topics regarding the generation, actually. I'm really happy to start the conversation with a pretty simple question. But before we're going to do that, could you please tell us what's new, what's going on, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. The AEs here at AD Mortgage, whether you're West Coast, whether you're East Coast, internal, we're all doing fabulous. We are bringing non-QM to the limits, and we are bringing Fannie Mae now. Fannie Mae is now making its entry to AD Mortgage, and between the Fannie Mae programs and, of course, the non-QM that does what Fannie Mae can't, we're being a full-service company.
Right, and we are keep growing. Ready for the questions? I'm sure with your expertise, you're going to answer them pretty fast and easy.
I'm all good. Go ahead.
All right. So since the topic today is about the baby boomers, all of the questions going to be obviously about that. Yeah. So could you please explain the unique needs or challenges baby boomers actually face right now in the mortgage industry?
Well, a baby boomer, interestingly enough, covers two angles. We have baby boomers who have met their wealth and income, and they are at the top of their game right now as far as income earners. But you also have the other baby boomers who are now moving into retirement. So a baby boomer can be a self-employed, very successful party, or it could be someone who has been really successful, now is in the retirement mode on a fixed income. So there's two types of baby boomers out there right now.
How actually does it differ from the other generations?
Whether they're not necessarily just educated, but been around for a long period of time. So a baby boomer knows what they want. They're pretty a decided group. They've had their homes more than likely for many years. They may be wanting to downsize. They may be wanting to invest for the future in buying investment properties, i.e. the programs that we have, which would be like the DSCR loans, investment loans. They may want to do that so that they have a continued income from investment properties. And then you have those that perhaps are downsizing, which may want to go from their very large home to perhaps a smaller home like a condominium, and to have on a fixed income, which some of them may have. And then we're available for them. Condominiums, we're now at AD Mortgage, Limited Project Review, or our little review, we can even allow the adjusted insurances that we have in Florida. So we can actually go up to 10% now for the coverages, as opposed to Fannie Mae, which is at 5%.
Any specific strategies that you could actually recommend to brokers when they have a conversation with baby boomers?
When you reach a baby boomer and you're interviewing one for a loan, there's a whole vast availability. There's opportunity in baby boomers, because let's say the majority of them are going to have wealth in the bank because they've been around for a long period of time. So then you have an opportunity to provide them with maybe the ultimate house they ever wanted or the ultimate investment property that they need in order to get a steady income into their retirement. The baby boomer may also be somebody back then, again, on a fixed income. So you still have the viability of maybe doing an FHA, conventional loan with a baby boomer that has a fixed income, and they want to put a smaller amount down in order to keep the reserves in their bank account for their retirement.
So basically, like today, when we have so many programs available for the borrowers, and when the broker actually can like choose the best fit for the borrowers, for the baby boomers, it could be basically anything.
That's the beauty of it. So I think A&D Mortgage is positioned for the baby boomer. We now have the up-and-coming conventional lending, the FHA, for the baby boomer who now is on a fixed income. Could be Social Security, could be pension. Maybe they own a little bit of an investment property, but it's fixed. They don't have a massive amount saved, so they'll put their 5% down or their 10% down into the properties, and we're there to help them on a fixed income. And AD Mortgage is there when you have a baby boomer who is at the top of their game on the income side. If they're self-employed, maybe we're needing to do bank statement loans for them. If they're buying an investment, we do a DSCR loan for them, something to stay away from tax returns for the self-employed individual. So we're basically full service to handle a baby boomer, whether they're at the top of their game and they're earning great incomes, or they're at their time of retirement when they're on a fixed income. AD Mortgage is set for both types of a baby boomer.
Communication is the key, right?
Oh my goodness. So communication. My advice to the mortgage broker community who are going to be selling us their loan: you're going to need to be good listeners.
Always.
Baby boomers want to tell you a story. You've got to sit, you got to listen to their story. Be their friend, be their confidant, be and understand and listen. Listening is the most skill. Listening will make you the most money in this business. Listen to your borrower, listen to their needs. And again, baby boomers will probably bend your ear more than most, but listen. And if you do that and you provide them the majority of what they want, they're going to be your friend for life. They're going to be even a referral resource. Baby boomers refer to their friends, the fellow baby boomers.
Mark, you are insanely experienced account executive. You've been doing this for your whole life, right?
Most of my adult life. I think I've been doing this now for at least account executive for over 21 years. And prior to that, I owned a mortgage company. So for 14 years of doing that, and then in the middle, during the recession, what I had to do to make ends meet, yes, I know the needs of both a mortgage broker and the needs on the wholesale side of what a bank needs, or in this case, AD Mortgage needs for their how to sell their loans and how to protect the company and to be able to make sure that you have a great broker experience and just knowing your broker's needs. And I stress to the broker, know your borrower's needs.
So the question is basically, what are some misconceptions or like the pitfalls when it comes to the baby boomers?
Baby boomers may have a technology challenge. So it's going to be important. The majority of them, yes, they know how to work their computers. They know how to, most of them all have iPhones. We're all good. But when you get to some of the technicalities of it, you're going to need to be a little more patient if they're trying to upload you files or scan files. For one side, the more affluent high end, they're really busy and they're not going to have time to do this. And you may need to help them as a mortgage broker. Go and visit them, get the file, scan it for them. Just help them with it to get the paperwork and the PDFs. So but they do know their technology. And then you may have another side of a baby boomer, which may not be so technology savvy. You're going to want to give them a hand and try to tutor them on the technology to make your life easier and make the lender our life easier as well.
Beautiful. And finally, any successful story maybe you had like in the past month with the baby boomer?
Well, let's see. I did have a baby boomer who was a self-employed borrower. And as a self-employed borrower, you're big at, you got deductions all over the place. So tax returns may not be helpful to a well-to-do, self-employed baby boomer. So we provided our bank statement program, and my God, you put the bank statement program together, and there their income was, and we ran it through our system. They were approved.
So pretty easy.
Not pretty easy, but it requires, once again, the broker to listen, the broker to analyze the bank statements a little ahead before they give it to the lender, and then yes, it provided the income they needed versus the tax returns that would not provide that.
How often actually do you have, I cannot call it issues, but when it comes to the submitting the file or uploading, for example, a 10.3 with the baby boomer, how often is it tough for them to understand the system?
Well, like I said again, you have the two types of baby boomers. Some of them more affluent, some of them more technology savvy. And then there are those who are not as, but they're still savvy. It's just listening to them and giving good instruction. And even the more savvy ones still want the good instruction because sometimes things are easily missed. Just instruct them, be on their side, and let them know that you're there to help.
Just to wrap up and make it a little bit short, in 3 words, could you please tell the viewers how would you describe the mortgage process for the baby boomers?
3 words.
It's not enough, but...
It's not enough. I would say 3 words. I would say the broker, listen to your borrower. Those are good 3 words. Listen to the borrower, the 3 words, and then they will tell you their needs and do your best to take care of their needs within the reason of what you know the program allows.
So good listener, happy borrower.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Mark, thank you so much. That was it for today. I really hope our viewers enjoyed our conversation. For me, it's always a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and have a great day.
You too. Thank you. And that brings us to the close of another enlightening episode here at AG Digest. A heartfelt thanks to Mark Glaser for joining us today and sharing his expertise on better serving baby boomers in the mortgage lending process. We truly hope you found this episode both educational and engaging. Before we part, we've got a special announcement coming straight from Ellie Carty and Robbie Chrisman. They're here to give you the scoop on A&D Mortgage Not to Be Missed webinar on February 29th. Don't forget, if today's conversation sparked new thoughts or helped you in any way, please show your support by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Your engagement helps us continue delivering the content you love and value. I'm Nikita Vernidoub, thanking you once again for tuning into A&D Digest. Until next time, keep navigating the mortgage journey with wisdom and insight.